Hey there, Hammer fan. Welcome back to HammeredHead. We got a really fun one today. It's IG-12 Grogu and Anzellan from the Vintage Collection. Really psyched for this. IG-11/12 I think is one of the best parts of the Mandalorian. And this is obviously super cute when this happens. Say what you will if it's cheesy or not, but I'm a big fan. So super happy that they actually made this figure. I didn't really anticipate that. Lovely card back. We got Grogu just vibing in there. IG-12 just like walks around and stuff. So good for him. I like the shade of blue they went with. It's super simple. It's just like generic blue. But I think it makes everything pop in here really nicely. Do wish they put another comma after Grogu. Yeah, but you know, it is what it is. And that's a really long name. It probably could have just been called IG-12, and then Grogu and the Anzellan would be basically accessories. I get it that they're like, actual characters, but still, really silly. I also think maybe we could have gotten 2 Anzellans here. Really, 3 would have been good too, but I think 1 is definitely not enough. But, it is what it is. Great card back. It is the oversized deluxe one. Back when they were doing that cursed thing. So take that how you will. VC358 IG-12 Grogu and Anzellan. Clever Anzellan droidsmiths have refurbished IG-11 salvaged parts into a pilotable frame for Grogu, who can operate the droid body like a vehicle. Stripped to base motor functions, the droid has been renamed IG-12. Look at him go. And you got the little Anzellan guy piloting in there. That's really cute. Yeah, I think this is, there's a lot of playability features with this guy. A lot of different options for how you want to pose and display him. And I just think it's super adorable. Again, really happy they made this. I never would have expected this when, I saw it on the show. So I'm really excited to open it up. Let's do it. And here we have him. I think he looks pretty good, all things considered. It's pretty much just the same sculpt as the IG-11 we got. But with obviously a different center part to be able to fit the passenger in here. But slightly different paint apps, which I think is cool. If we take a closer look here. Nothing crazy going on with the head. There's a little bit of white paint on his various, I guess those are eyes, whatever those are. But good sculpt work up there. Arms have a few different colors going on. We got like bronze up on the shoulders and some sort of yellowy on the biceps and black here. And then it just goes back to sort of the tan metal thing down there. Looks really good as far as the sculpt goes. Very, very thin arms, but I do think that's accurate. So it looks good. Torso looks legit. He's got a lot of sculpting all the way around, some good paint work on the back. Grogu fits in there pretty nicely. He's a little lopsided the way I put him in. I think if you fiddle with him a little bit better, you can get him differently positioned in there. Like so. Kind of push him around in there. His hands can, I think, line up with the little knobs there. So that looks cool. And then if you wanted to take him out and put the Anzellan in, you just gotta pop the front piece out. It's connected by pegs. And then we can look in the back. There's actually some padding in there for Grogu to rest his head on, so that's cool. They actually did paint and sculpt the inside a little bit. And then just moving down, we got a bunch of wires sticking out on his legs, different colors on the legs down there. He's not really weathered or anything. The paint isn't too crazy, but it is colorful enough that I think it kind of stands out. I think people were complaining about the paint apps on this guy. I don't really see the issue with it myself. Sure, maybe there could have been a little bit more, but he does look good, and he looks significantly different from the original IG-11. So I like that. And then finally, just going down to his feet. Feet are not painted, just sort of metallic-y gray. But they look really fun. They're just like really blocky. Only complaint I have down here, his peg holes are really shallow. They're not really getting that far into the peg, which is annoying. But fortunately, his feet are very, very large. So, and he's pretty flexible, all things considered, so shouldn't really have too many issues getting him to stand up. All right, checking out the accessories. We get this blaster rifle, pretty standard, not painted, fun sculpt. I think we got this with the last IG-11 also. I don't think we ever see IG-12 actually using a blaster. Let me know if I'm wrong. But if that's true and he never uses the blaster, I wish that they had given us another Anzellan instead of this, because it's kind of silly to have Grogu walking around with us when he never uses it. But, you know, is what it is. Obviously, this is probably way cheaper than the Anzellan would be. Next up, I'm going to call these two dudes accessories because they're so small. But we got Grogu. I think this is a new Grogu. But he's got 3 points of articulation. He turns his head, and his arms can go up and down. Wait, does... No, the wrists don't move. They look like they did. Yeah, he looks pretty good. Got a cute little look on his face. Ears are painted a little bit. Great outfit. And that's kind of a lot of articulation for something so small, so that's good. And his feet are sculpted and painted in there. That's really cute. So solid Grogu. And the good news is that he's not like sculpted into a pose like a lot of other Grogus are. So you can just have him walking around doing other things not related to IG-12. Next, we have the Anzellan. This is definitely a highlight of the figure. He appears to have swivel shoulders, and that's it. No head articulation or anything. But that's okay. He's so small. That would have been crazy if they tried to put that on. But there is a huge amount of detail in something so small. He's got a fun little face, which is painted a few different colors. Some cool headgear, and a great like little apron, loincloth looking thing down there, which is awesome. Sculpted feet look really nice. Really, really great Anzellan. I really wish they gave us two of these in this set instead of that blaster or something, because having like a little army of Anzellans would be awesome. Maybe we'll get some more when the Mando and Grogu movie comes out. But excellent accessory right there. And then last up, this isn't really an accessory. It's just part of the, it's just the front plate that sticks onto IG-12's torso. But I wanted to get a closer look at it. Not really painted or anything, just kind of all silver, metal, dark gray plastic looking metal thing. But looks good. The sculpt is really nice. Some fine detailing on there. Even on the inside here, which you're not really going to see, so that's a fun feature. The little controls, as I mentioned earlier, the included figures can put their hands nearby to actually make it look like they're controlling the droid. So that's legit. The articulation is sick. If you've seen the IG-11 review, you probably know what to expect. It's pretty much the same with this guy. We got a bunch of swivel joints up here on the head, so he can move his eyes and stuff around. That's really cool. Really fun feature there. We get ball shoulders that move really robotically, and I think it really matches what he's supposed to look like. We get ball elbows. They're very, very thin limbs, so you got to be real careful when you move them, but they do move. Looks like, oops. I don't think there's anything in the wrists. But then we come down here to the, oops, sorry, it's backwards. Down here to the waist, we got no waist articulation, but he's got ball joint hips that move a little bit outward. Not a whole lot. He's not going to do any splits. Nope, he can do a split. All right, so basically barbell hips, which is pretty sweet. We got a cut at the thigh. Knee joints go well past 90, and these cables are soft plastic, so they don't interfere with movement at all, and they move with it, which looks pretty good. And then we have basically a double swivel on the ankle here. So I really love like the arm articulation on this guy, and the stuff they put into that is really good. I was really happy with the IG-11 figure and the IG-12 articulation-wise at this point. It's really awesome. And I think you can have him like kind of robotically walk around with Grogu piloting him. It's going to look really good. Yes. 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 No, fine, baby. Yes. So that's it for IG-12 Grogu Anzellan. Really happy with this figure. He's pretty basic, basically just a little slight retool of IG-11 with some different accessories. But I think it's just what we needed for basically a character that only appears in like 2 episodes, basically. 3 episodes? 2 episodes? Not a lot of episodes. Never thought we would get him, and I'm really happy we did. I think this definitely does that appearance justice. Looks really fun. You got a lot of different possibilities with how you're going to display him. Again, I think my biggest critique would be only getting 1 Anzellan, because that's a really, really well done little accessory. And I think that 2 of them in here would have really been perfect. I just hope that they use him, maybe slight retool of him in the future with other releases, because it's really well done. Getting more of them, especially with the upcoming movie, would be really, really fun. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you to my Patreon subscribers. Be sure to follow on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Check out the Patreon page, and don't forget, stay hammered.